cast on 28 stitches with the yarn in the color of the shell you want to have for your turtle. I'm going to use this green yarn, and we will cast on in this way. Put yarn around your fingers, 2 needles together, twist, under, leap, grab, back the same way, 1, under, leap, grab, back the same way, 2, under, leap, grab, back the same way, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We pull 1 needle out and we purl 1 row. Purl is when we keep working yarn in the front and we work from the back. You will purl all 28 stitches. I'm using a yarn blend of acrylic and wool, 55% wool, I believe, and my needles are very thin. You can see here. They're 3mm needles. The yarn itself calls for thicker needles, but on these little miniatures, it works really well to use thinner needles than the yarn label calls for, because we want a very tight knit to prevent wool stuffing from coming out between the stitches. This is purl. Now we will turn and we start shaping the top shell of the turtle's shell. This is only the top layer. So I go slip 1, knit 1, 2, 3, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, slip, slip, knit together, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip, slip, knit together, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn and purl the row. The next row we will be knitting and decreasing again to continue shaping the top of the shell. Slip 1, knit 1, 2, 3, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, slip, slip, knit together, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, slip, slip, work the last 2 stitches together, and purl. On this purl row, please count and make sure you have 20 stitches. 1, 2, 5, 10, 20. Next row, more decreases. Slip 1, knit 1, 2, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, slip, slip, knit them together, knit 1, 2, 3, slip, slip, work the last 2 stitches together, we will turn and purl and count to make sure we have 16 stitches. The next row, more decreases. Slip 1, knit 2, knit 2 together, knit 2, knit 2 together, knit 2, slip, slip, work them together, knit 1, 2, 3, turn and purl and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Next row again, slip 1, knit 2, knit 2 together, knit 3, 1, 2, 3, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Now we are going to cut the yarn. Long tail is always on these projects, cutting the yarn. And now we need a sewing needle. And now you're going to pick up each stitch with your sewing needle like this. You want to close it tightly. Put the sewing needle through the first stitch here and pull very tight to close the hole on the top. You want a couple more sewing stitches to fasten it in place. 1, let's do 1 more, 2, and we need to close this. So we're going to do this. Okay, now we need to do the underside of the shell. So we turn this inside out. It's going to look like that. We'll have wool stuffing inside. Let's do the underside. We take our needles and we cast on in the same way we did at the beginning, but this time we need 24 stitches. Under, leap, grab, 1, 2, 10, 14, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Okay, I pull one needle out and we purl the first row. Now we turn and we start decreasing. Slip 1, knit 1, 2, 3, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, slip, slip, work them together, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip, slip, and work them together. You turn and you purl the next row. Now you turn, slip 1, knit 2, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, slip, slip, and work them together, knit 1, 2, 3, slip, slip and work them together. Turn and purl. Count to make sure you have 16 stitches at this point. 4, 8, 12, 16. The last row, we decrease 3 more. So we slip 1, knit 2, knit 2 together, knit 2, knit 2 together, knit 2, slip, slip, work them together, and knit 3. Now we take the yarn and cut off the long tail. Thread the sewing needle. And pick up all the stitches with your sewing needle. You'll pull it tight. You'll go through the first stitch to close the little gap. Then you're going to fasten it with a couple more stitches. And now you're going to put the edges together. And we're going to sew this. You might be wondering if this could have been done in the round, starting from 2 or 3 stitches at the center, and the real answer is yes. But the more I tried that, the more complicated it felt because of the size of this tiny knit. So while I always try to avoid sewing if I can do it in the round, this little tiny knit would not have been very beginner friendly if we were doing the video with double pointed needles, just due to its size. Okay, so now we want to close this shell, but we want some wool inside first, like this. We will weave these in. Don't worry about them. If you can tuck them inside. If not, we'll work with that at the end. No worries. I'm going to try to tuck these inside. You don't want to cut them too short to avoid unraveling. Here we go. Closing the shell. One stitch at a time. Going all the way around. skip stitches. It will make your sewing stitches too long. It's best to really go one stitch at a time, like we said. And make sure you're catching only that edge row. It's also creating a nice shell edge into which we're going to pick up stitches for the legs and the tail and the neck as well. So we want this kind of edge. It's going to really be helpful for the next step, you will see. There we go. 1, 1, 1. One stitch at a time. We're making our way around. You can, of course, be creative with the colors of the shell and the color of the limbs. I'm using leftover yarn that I have from another project. That's usually what I do for my tiny knits. Now, as you get close to the end, pay attention to the stuffing and see if you want to add more stuffing. This is a good time to do that before you close everything. So let's see, I think that I don't need any more stuffing, but this is a time when you want to check and push some more in if you need more. And if you've done other tiny knits from my channel, you know that I don't like to cut the yarn too short, and I like to hide the end tail inside the wool stuffing, where it's going to securely felt into the wool over time, keeping my little creation safe. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to pick up stitches right from here for legs and tail. You want to decide where to put legs and tail. This looks like a good place for the legs. So I'm going to go with my needle right here on the side, and I'm picking up 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take off the end so I have a double pointed needle and the color yarn, my leftover yarn for the legs, and the tail and neck that I want to use is this yarn. Get my other needle and I go right here and I work 2 into the first stitch. So I have this, I want to turn it around So I'm going to knit one time through the back, then one time through the front. There's 2. Now I'm going to knit 1 in the middle stitch, then 2 in this last stitch. I want to turn it around, work 1 time through the back, and 1 time through the front. This gave me 5 stitches from the 3 I picked up. My yarn split here. That can happen to you as well, so just go back, pull it out, and do it again. And now we will do the I-cord 4 times. So I slide over, I don't turn around, I slide over and I knit 1, pull it tight, 2, it's important to keep things tight here, 3, I somehow lost the 5th stitch, so I'm going to find out what I did. I did it at the beginning, so I need to go back. Here we go, right here. One, 2, 3. I have one too many. Okay, when this happens in such a tiny knit, you want to go back with the needle to your first 3 stitches and you just start over, and it's okay. I don't cut these things out of the videos because I want you to see what to do when it happens and not feel frustrated that it did happen. Okay, so here we go. 1 through the front and 1 through the back, and you can do it back first if you'd rather do back first. Just knit twice into the first green. See, my yarn had split and it's giving me a very hard time, but we can do that. Here we go. 2, 1 stitch in the middle and 2 at the end again. Do back or front. I'm going to twist this one and first do the back and then do the front. Either way is okay, depending on how your stitch is turned. And now I have 5 again. I slide it over and I knit 1, pull it all tight, knit 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more times. Slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last time. This time I'm casting off. So this time I do knit, knit, leap, knit, leap, knit, leap, knit, leap and fasten off. I'll show you how to finish this leg so that you can do 3 more on your own. I will trim, then you'll get the sewing needle. You will go through the middle and into the shell. Pull it out. There we go. And trim this one. And up into the wool. Hide it in there. You're going to do this 3 more times for 4 legs. I'm going to show you what to do for the neck and the head. So I'm deciding that my head and neck will be right here. So I'm going to pick, actually that'll be better for the tail. I'm going to put the head here. I'm going to pick up 1, 2, not from the top shell, from the bottom shell. 1, 2, and 3. So again, I'm going to start in the same way like for the legs to make like here. This is not a good place. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We'll make 5 in the same way, but we will not do 4 rows, 3 plus cast off. We will do 7 rows, and then we'll make 2 extra stitches for 2 rows. So here I turn this stitch, go through the back, go through the front, do it again because my yarn split, go through the back, go through the front, one in the middle, 2 in the last one, turn the stitch, 1 through the back, and 1 through the front. I have 5, slide over, knit 1 row, four, 5 stitches, slide over, knit the second row, one, two, three, four, five, slide over, third row, one, two, three, four, five, slide over, fourth row, slide over, fifth row, slide over, sixth row, slide over, seventh row, slide over, make it bigger, so knit one. Now here, knit through the back, knit through the front, knit one, again, knit through the back, knit through the front, knit one, slide over, one, slide over, row 2 after increase, slide over and casting off, knit, pull tight, knit, leap, knit, leap, knit, leap, knit, leap, knit, leap, knit, leap, and fasten off. Want to cut it off with a long tail, pull, thread the needle, close with the stitch, and now you want to feed through the I-cord all the way down the neck, and you want to pull like this, and position it in the way that you choose to position it, and then get a couple of stitches to get it secured in place. That you choose. There we go. And now tie it off and hide it inside. into the stuffing it goes, finding its way through the wool. The second one. Okay, now I'm going to show you the tail. You already know how to do the legs, so I'll show you the tail, and you can do the legs on your own. Tail is the same like the legs, except we only pick up 2 stitches on the edge of the underside. 1, 2, we turn the first one is turned the right way. Sorry, we don't turn it. We knit 1, one, 2, slide over, 1, and through the back for 2, then the next stitch for 3, slide over and knit these 3, 1, 2, 3, slide over and knit and cast off. 1, 2, leap, 1, leap, fasten off and secure. Got a little tail. Thread the needle. Go through the I-cord into the shell. And hide it in the shell. Now you have to do 3 more legs. You already know how to do them. You can skip using the chapter, skip back to find your way back if you need a reminder how to do the legs. And then you'll be done. And here is our tiny knitted turtle. I can't wait to read the comments to find out what colors you chose for your project and how you customized it, improved it, or how you used it. Did you make little ornaments? Did you include it on another project? Did you just make a group of them to display? Have fun and happy knitting!